Hello, Boring Review Nation. Gabe,
Nick,
and we are here today to bring you another song reaction, fresh off the presses. Now, let me preface this by saying, it's kind of a song reaction to a song I've never heard because I'm a baseball fan, hence the jersey. And even though it was the what was it, one of the worst rated World Series of all time, I did follow the World Series. I don't know the song, but I listened to the World Series, and at the end they played like a snippet of it.
but
you
can do a different song if you want.
But it's kind of like, I want to hear the full thing or whatever, because you got young baseball players like, this generation. They're millennials. Those are millennials right there, cousin. And they're like, oh, this is my favorite time. And it blew up. And I just remember hearing about Creed when I was a kid. Not a kid, but I was a high schooler. And so this band has been around for at least 20, 30 years. Easily. Yeah. Goes back to... So I'm like, really? This song and whatever? I mean, this is your favorite band? And I was shocked to hear that it became a whole thing in the World Series or whatnot. But it was just like Mariano, Enter the Sandman. All you get from that is dun, 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 and everybody starts yelling. So you couldn't really tell. You get like a small snippet of it. It was the same thing with the higher thing in the World Series. But you didn't hear the whole thing. So I want to hear the whole thing to see what it is that made this guy say, or the team embrace it as a rallying call and this is their favorite song. But here's my last question. Which I was shocked that was Metallica when you told me Enter the Sandman was Metallica. Do the bands get paid when they use their music like that in the World Series? They gotta get paid, right?
They have to. I would think like when a closer is gonna, they're gonna have that song every year. I'm assuming there's gotta be some kind of deal going on.
Residuals,
right? They just have to.
I would think, especially because I was on the World Series, and Texas winning the World Series.
Someone has to, because using it for entertainment, but at the same time, it's like the Super Bowl show at the halftime show or whatever. They don't get paid for that. They get publicity out of it. Yeah, you don't get paid to be a halftime artist.
What?
Yes.
What?
A Super Bowl halftime, they don't get paid at all. That's always been what I've been told, at least.
Well, then again, you're right, because it's the Super Bowl. And if you play the Super Bowl...
Everyone's going to see it. They're going to buy. They're going to download the songs, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this song higher, I would probably say, just from the top of my mind, as far as popularity, it's probably their second most popular song. For me, it's probably my 5th to 7th favorite song of theirs. I have other ones above it. And just to clarify, Creed's not my favorite band of all time, but it's easily in my top 10, probably my top 5.
No, not yours, but that's what the
kid.
The kid from the
I can't
Texas.
think of
I
who
can't
it
remember.
was.
It's the young boy. He's a rookie too. He came up the the Texas story was unbelievable. They had some a mixture of veterans.
Duran, was it?
It wasn't Duran. It was
But we're gonna check out Higher for the first time, full time for him. I love this song. If you like our reaction, please don't forget to
like and subscribe.
And let's get into some Higher. This is a great song. Man, I just heard it so many times, but I'm excited to hear it. Here, you hear it for the first time. Here we go.
There's a hunger, longing to escape from the life I live when I'm away. So let's go there, let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay? Can you take me higher? To a place where the line and sea. Can you take me higher? To a place where golden streams. Although I would like a world of change, it helps me to appreciate those nights and those dreams. But my friend, I'd sacrifice all those nights if I could make the take these dreams and make them mine? Can you take me higher to a place where line and sea? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets?
So it kind of does those noises for a while before it ends. You know what's funny? I never thought about this song as like a rallying cry to win a championship, but I get it. Like, you listen to the lyrics, I get why, but I'm just... I was still so shocked when I heard, and they said like a different team the previous year was using it as their clubhouse song. Like,
I didn't realize that either.
yeah.
You know, I'm kind of conflicted here. First and foremost, if this is his favorite band or his favorite song of those time, whatever it was he said, somebody needs to play some Metallica for him. You know what I mean? Don't give him some Master of Puppets. I'm sorry. Give him some Master of Puppets. Give him some Battery. Give him some One. All those songs are better than this one to me. That's just maybe my personal opinion.
That's definitely my
But
opinion.
but I mean, dude, it was like it's a good song, but it's not something where I would say, man, that thing's a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, Battery and Master of Puppets, that's just like, dude, especially those two songs back together, it's like, holy God, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to top that. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I don't know. And I mean, because he made it sound like it was like he's introducing this generation, his generation, to this band. I'm like, I mean, like,
The man just said it was his favorite song.
I get that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
It's not my favorite song.
That's what I'm saying. It's
But
not my
it's-
favorite song, and maybe I'm just being biased because you played other songs for me. Like, okay, the guitar solo, come on, that did not slay. That was not grinding, slaying, Megadeth, Metallica.
This was the 90s, man. They're not a heavy metal band. People call them a gospel band. Or no, a Christian band. They call them a Christian band.
I was gonna say, that's not a Christian. Listen, that's not a Christian band.
I agree, but that was what they got labeled as.
Really, I didn't know
Yes.
that.
A lot of the lyrics have to do with it.
because it's a lot softer, you know, and I can see why they maybe because of the lyrics they put it that way. It's not a bad song. It's just, you know, what I don't necessarily enjoy. Like, what did I tell you I like the most about Metallica? How layered the music is, right? For 5 minutes, that was kind of repetitive as far as like the same hook, the same like, you know what I mean? Almost became predictable. Where again, from One to Master of Puppets to Battery to, I mean, so many.
But no one's comparing Creed to Metallica.
I know, but what I'm just saying is, like, I'm shocked that that younger, because those are millennials, that younger generation.
I told you
isn't
myself, I was shocked
embracing-
that they came back into the scene.
Yeah, isn't embracing Metallica the way they, you know, maybe because it's so recent or whatever, but they made it, yeah, they put them on the scene and they put them on the map again, and I'm like, really? Like, I don't know, but, you know, to your point, I understand the lyrics and I can see why it's inspiring from that perspective or whatever. I'm not bagging on them. I think it's a good song, but what I say is this going to be in my rotation, added it, I'm driving to work or I'm in the gym working out, I'm going to listen to it all the time? No, that's...
But this isn't really your type. This song came out, it was huge on the radio. And I'm not defending, I'm just trying to give some more context. So this was their second album. Their first album, which I believe there's 4 songs on that album that are better than this one, in my personal opinion. That's a more like garage type album, if that makes sense. That was their first one. This one came out off the heels of that one, slowly growing and getting attention. This one came out with this song and then with Arms Wide Open, which is a ballad that just blew them up. Like, they just absolutely, and they were like the biggest rock band for about 5 or 6 years. They were humongous to the point where Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit was talking trash about him.
Right.
And he was like, because a lot of people made fun of Creed for being kind of soft and being kind of like not hardcore or whatever, even though they don't claim to be. He was making fun of them.
Right.
And so it got to the point, it got really heated where Scott Stapp, the lead singer of Creed, said, "We can take care of this if you want to.
Wow.
I mean, I'll meet you anywhere you want and we'll take care of this." And then it was funny because from my memory, about 2 weeks later, Fred Durst was like, "Oh no, I love Creed."
He's like, "I don't want
Their
to
new
smoke."
song, which was "My Sacrifice." I listened to that song all. Like he
funny.
literally backtracked.
He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to smoke. I don't
And
want
when
to
people
smoke."
make fun of Creed for having their music or whatever, but the lead singer is like, "Whenever you want, pal, I'll show up." He's like, "Okay, maybe they're not as soft as some of their music is." So
Just in case, since we do live out in Vegas, let me be emphatically clear. I'm not bagging it. Yo, dude, my God, what'd you say about it? Like,
no, but Fred Durst went out there and put him on blast.
I have no problem with this song or Creed as a band. Dude, we're in Vegas. We're running into people all the time.
I'm not saying Scott Stapp is a violent man.
Easy, Scott Stapp.
But he's not as soft as that.
That's crazy, man.
I absolutely love his music. He's got some different things with his personal life going on.
Now, let me ask you. You said 90s, they were the biggest band. And again, this is from my personal rock band.
Say.
This is from my view. The only thing that really broke through, and I know for specific the second band why it did, but Gwen Stefani was huge with No Doubt. What would you compare to No Doubt? Because she did a lot of crossover with like R&B singers and rap singers and stuff like that, which is why she blew up. And she used to stay on hip hop stations and on that Don't Speak song to the point where it got me crazy. It used to be on the radio all the time.
I wouldn't put them as high as Creed's popularity, but No Doubt had a few more albums. Yes, their first one, Tropic Paradise, whatever it was called, Tropic Orange, I'm not sure what it was called. That album was great. It had Don't Speak, it had Spiderwebs, it said Just a Girl. It had some great songs on that album, and that sold like more than 10 million copies or whatever. It probably was comparable to this album, but then they came out with I forget what the third album was called, Weathered, or whatever it was called. That one, again, sold a whole bunch. And No Doubt never had an album that sold nearly as much as that first one with those songs on there.
Gotcha.
To the point where eventually she just went solo.
Yeah.
She had some hits with Holla Back Girl and that garbage nonsense.
Dude,
but she had
some
huge
terrible
hits.
songs.
But that was more her solo.
Yeah.
So Creed was bigger. But yes, No Doubt. You had Red Hot Chili Peppers. You had some big bands at that time.
Nirvana. Don't you bag on Nirvana. I know you like to bag on Nirvana.
Nirvana, unfortunately, had the untimely death, the suicide of Kurt Cobain.
But they were out there in the 90s.
No, they were huge, but they had a huge, 2 or 3 years, right? Gotcha. This band was just everywhere. I've always loved them, but I understand the criticism. I understand they're not this or that. When it comes to me, and yes, I have a bigger, wider range of music with rock that I like.
Yeah, you're very
I never compare bands' songs to band songs. For me, I just compartmentalize it in the band. And this is the first song over there, so it's hard for you to do that. I rank it that way.
You know where that comes from? And I was specifically talking to my kids about this, right? Because they're like, why do you always compare one thing to another? Well, when you come from our generation, this isn't like now, YouTube, play it or I can listen to it. Or just back in the day, you had to kind of choose. Like, I'm a Biggie guy. That CD is $17.99, cousin. So I'm rocking Biggie. I don't have enough money to buy everything. You know what I mean? So at least in the rap world, you showed your support by buying the music. And unfortunately, them CDs were expensive or those tapes were expensive. So you kind of just stuck to that specific artist or whatever. So you wouldn't really cross over too much. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, at least that's from my experience. Like, dude, I couldn't afford. I remember burning, like, if I like somebody else's stuff, like, dude, let me come over. You put the tape to record or whatever. You ever done that? Like make your own copy. That's what we had.
I couldn't afford it either, but I listened to a lot of the radio. I would borrow my friends' music if they had the tapes or they had the CDs or whatever. But don't worry about it. Now you got YouTube, everything. You can cross over.
Now you can be a fan of everything.
You can check it out. Let us know. You might have an idea of what my favorite Creed songs are from the ones I mentioned. I also like a lot from their third album as well. I like some songs from this one, but not like the bigger ones. Let us know what your favorite songs are. Help him understand who Creed really is. I'm excited they're coming back. We'll see how that works. Their last reunion album was not that great. I think it was called Bread of Life or some nonsense.
Bro, Scott easy. Scott Stemple. What's Scott Stemple? We don't want the smoke. Scott. We don't want Scott Stapp.
Not Stab. Stapp.
Scott Stapp. Okay, Nick's views do not represent my views. I don't want the smoke. I don't want no problem.
I'm a huge Creed fan. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
we know all things.